Tell us below in the comments.
How do you play this game?
What the hell's going on with that dragonfly guy?
Don't hit me.
Still green.
Can I kill this guy?
Or did he turn yellow?
I guess not. Now I'm dead.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Oh.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. So it is like
it is life bar. Okay.
Right. Don't tell us in the comments. We think we figured it out.
I want you to put yourself in my hands.
Of course. You love it when I'm in your hands. Your firm but soft hands.
They're not soft. They're scratchy and weird.
You gotta do a little filing, buddy.
My hands are extremely masculine.
Do you not exfoliate?
No, of course not.
You got those weird asbestos hands.
No, it's not that. It's that. Here's the thing about my hands. They're fucking cool. I always wanted hands like this.
They look like big, good, strong hands, don't they?
Oh, you have man hands.
I've
yeah.
always wanted man hands.
Yeah, you have man hands.
Yeah, and whenever I left radio, I got man hands, and I'm just really satisfied with that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Welcome back to Watson and James Don't Play. My name is Lactose the Intolerant.
And I'm Watson.
We're playing Spyro, baby.
Hell yeah. I'm excited about Spyro. This is just a great game.
Like, we're done with demo mode. We need to play the game.
Yeah, could jump in.
There we go. And press start. We're going. Accessing memory cards because I'm playing on a genuine
PlayStation 1.
PlayStation 1. I got it plugged right into my computer. I jacked it in.
Or as we used to call them, PlayStations.
I made sure to jack it. You want to make sure you jack in your PlayStation. You don't want to jack off your PlayStation. You want to jack it in.
I just reminded of that episode of Futurama where Bender gets addicted to jacking in.
Oh, right.
It's a good one.
It's pretty good.
I think he ends up at a Beastie Boys concert.
I keep hearing the Bender, I love stealing, I love taking things, because I've been playing Baldur's Gate constantly. This is a lot for me because I'm a busy boy. I got a lot of different stuff. I got a lot of big stuff going on.
Got a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah. I've been playing for 37.8 hours, Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, I should have woke that guy up. I just forgot how to play.
Like you're hitting your stride. That's a good amount of time to put into it to get everything set up the way you want it.
Because I have other shit to do. I'm also in the middle of everything. I forget you can't really turn the camera, can you?
No, it's gonna choose for you.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I knew it was like one of the right trigger, R1 or R2. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Clean, baby.
Remember the little dragon guy that follows you?
That's my health bar, isn't it?
He'll change colors and stuff, I think, too, if you get more bonuses. I forget exactly what the mechanic is, but I remember him being like a green at one point, maybe a blue.
So yeah, I'm in the middle of remodeling my kitchen and also playing Baldur's Gate as much as I can, and watching Shōgun on Hulu. So I got a lot of big shit going on.
I've heard good things about Shōgun. Talk to me about that.
It's awesome.
We'll get there, but yeah.
I love anything that has to do with samurai or the Japanese, especially the like feudal era, like 1600s to the mid 1800s. It was samurais for a good long while. You know what I mean?
It's sort of like the Japanese version of the American Old West. It's just an indistinct kind of, this is a time period.
Yes.
And you kind of know what we mean when we say that, so you get the stereotypes.
I read Shōgun when I was in school. I want to say it was required reading. I forget which class. There are some inconsistencies with the book. There were some language errors from what I understand.
Or are you putting on your nerd glasses right now?
A little bit. There were some language errors for
Break
Shōgun.
it down for me. School me. I don't know.
Also, there was, and they do it in the show too. In the book, they have carrier pigeons. The Japanese did not use carrier pigeons till the 1700s. It takes place in the year 1600 something. I think it's 1600 solid.
Well, I sure hope somebody got fired for that blunder.
Yeah, and there are still carrier pigeons in the show.
I thought you were going to say, there's still carrier pigeons in use today. I'm like, not really.
I mean, for fun.
Yeah, there's probably enthusiasts.
Right. Lawrence Fishburne had some in the John Wick movies.
Yeah.
And then he goes,
"Somebody please get this man a gun."
And I go, I don't like this movie anymore. This is weird.
That might have been its shark jump moment, yeah.
Yeah, I go, I'm done.
And yet, we said that at the time, and yet they continued to go on with the TV show and stuff. Like, we didn't even say anything.
No one watched that show.
I found kind of rude.
Not a soul.
After we specifically told them we were getting a little soft on the series.
They said, do it anyway. It'll be awesome.
I signed a letter with of support of them stopping it with Keanu himself.
Is John Wick in it? No.
No. They had to ask him on interviews and stuff, too. They were like, Keanu, what do you think of the new TV show? He's like, I don't know. They're making one. I'm not involved in that.
They're making one.
Like, you know, he's just like, yeah, I know. They asked me. Of course they asked me to be in it. Of course I said no.
Hey, he has some standards, you know?
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be in the show. He's like, no, just do something.
I think he's smart enough to know that that's a bad idea.
It reminds me of the Pennyworth show.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, no one asked for it.
Turns out Alfred was a spy?
I like the whole Alfred backstory that Alfred was a badass. All right? That's very cool. I've always liked it.
That's so dumb.
You think so? Okay.
Yes.
I think it's cool, but I like spy shit.
It just kind of feels like, what are the odds? Just make him a regular butler.
Okay, so let me explain myself. I
right.
like it and not seeing it. I don't,
Okay, I will agree that it is.
It is cool because you have an image of
It links
Alfred.
enough of his skills together that, yeah, if you do say, like, well, I was in the army or whatever, or Her Majesty's army or whatever, however they say it, that's one thing. And, yeah, you never see it, but that's how he knows to do basic medic shit and stuff like that. Okay, I buy that, and that kind of works for me. But when they don't need a whole show showing how he was, like, a badass.
With like 2 or 3 seasons, too.
That's
It
ridiculous.
was on for a while.
And Gotham.
Tons of people could have stopped
these
it.
shows. They're just not great. I'm kind of look, hot take. Kill Batman.
Kill him.
Just kill him.
Kill him. There's so many other Bat people that could take up the mantle of Batman. And you
I
don't-
feel like you're
and-
missing the point
No, let me
entirely.
No, I'm not. Let me explain myself. What I mean is that there are characters in the Batman universe that don't need to be Batman.
There are just other characters.
Right.
There are just so many hundreds of characters. You know what I would love to see? A big budget adaptation of Freakazoid.
I want a Batwing show.
And
what
that
I want.
actually, Freakazoid might be lifted a little bit from the comic Madman, but whatever. We'll put up a picture of Madman next to Freakazoid, and you can let people see that they both have the similar kind of
And you see that, and this is
insignias and stuff. They may have settled out of court. I don't know.
real quick though. This is the Bad Bomber. What bombs at midnight?
And I go, yeah, baby, because I'm the evil midnight bomber. What bombs at midnight?
Hell yeah!
Spawned the Candlejack meme. I mean, marketing potential out the ass.
I'm making gravy without the lumps, baby.
Don't say Candlejack.
I'm sorry.
You remember that?
Can I say gravy?
Do you remember that? That's old internet stuff.
I don't know.
But anyway, the point is kill Batman.
Kill him.
Just
You're
kill
done.
him off. I don't need to see another string of pearls falling to the ground and watching him lose his innocence. I don't need to see him figure out that bats are neat and make a cowl.
I didn't like how much older Jeffrey Dean Morgan is than the girl from Walking Dead whose name escapes me. Maggie was her name in the show. And
Walking Dead's Maggie.
Walking Dead's Maggie, whoever that is. In the Batman Superman Versus movie, you remember that? The credits?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I go, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, you're a lot older than her. This is creepy.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan peaked at the comedian from Watchmen.
It implied that Batman's dad groomed someone.
He's a great comedian, but I don't kind of like him in other stuff usually.
And you think like, yeah, of course he did. He's a billionaire. And I go, yeah, but don't say it.
But don't
just put it out there.
Don't make it text. Leave it as subtext.
You want to play this game? I've been
Yeah,
playing
no.
it for a while. You
No,
want?
keep going.
All right, you like it? All right,
Keep
cool.
going. I'm going to rant about Batman and how all his stories have been told multiple times.
Just rescued Hootie and the Blowfish in dragon form. Very good. I like it. Talk about a guy that made a transition from 90s alternative to country successfully. We're all big Darius Rucker fans, by the way. Just need to put that out there.
You
Just-
mean Hootie?
Whatever. Yeah. Anyway, that was his dragon form. He was in this game briefly. I don't even knew that.
See, your little dragonfly is green now.
Yeah. Is that because I got hit?
I don't know. See, that's what I'm trying to...
How do I get this guy?
Tell us below in the comments.
How do you play this game?
What the hell's going on with that dragonfly guy?
Don't hit me.
Still green.
Can I kill this guy?
Or did he turn yellow?
I guess not. Now I'm dead.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Oh,
Oh, he's gone.
he's gone. So it is like...
It is
your-
life bar. Okay.
All right. Don't tell us in the comments. We think we figured it out.
I like how I trailed off at the. Are you
like
going to
making announcements
Hang on.
periodically.
No, we're talking about.
That's why I didn't want to play the game.
We're talking about this right now.
Needed my hands free.
You're talking about this right now. Is that you just took a handful of Starburst jelly beans? We're recording a fucking show, and his mouth is stuffed.
4.
Yeah, I want
4 jelly beans. I'm
doing it
showing
too.
you. I'm not offering you.
I'm taking them too.
We got to take turns. We can't both be chewing jelly beans.
All right,
Somebody's
fine.
got to carry the conversation.
I'm just pissed. I'm so pissed right now.
You should be.
You piece of shit.
Masterfully played you.
Oh, god damn it. This is what I get for offering them to you.
So, my main point, though,
Hey, he
is-
took things I offered to him. Shit.
What a piece of shit.
Well, it's backfired completely on me.
Neurotypical fucking not saying what you mean bullshit.
I didn't mean it. Why did I say it?
You didn't have to take it. You didn't have to offer it.
I didn't have to do any of those things. Are you mad? Yes! Get away from me! Sorry.
think
We're
my-
talking about neurotypical shit.
So needless to say, I don't understand. I think my main point, though, with Batman is, though, that I'm taking a Batman break. Having
really?
just rewatched
Okay.
Batman Begins, the Lego Batman movie, Mask of the Phantasm, and some of the animated series itself, I feel like I'm full up on good Batman adaptations for a little while. They can just
You know what?
chill.
No, before you finish, there's one more Batman thing to top it off
I
before
feel like
you
I
quit.
hit the big 3.
No, before you quit. And it's not a Batman thing, it's a Justice League thing, and it's Justice League Doom.
All right.
I think before you move on to whatever thing you want to do next,
Yeah.
I think you need to put a cherry on top with Justice League Doom, which I think is, out of all the DC animated movies, it's the best one.
Well, I'm
it's
doing
so
it.
good.
I'm already doing the thing.
Yeah.
So I'll make some time, but I did pick my next rewatch.
Yeah. Hot take, Batman Begins is the best Nolan-verse Batman movie.
Yeah.
I think it's just, he really hit his stride right away, and the other ones falter. That's my opinion.
Well, the other ones
I'm not
are just
saying
a little
that-
thin, I think.
Yeah, I'm not saying The Dark Knight's not great. I understand that Heath Ledger did an amazing job as Joker. But I think the better Batman movie was Batman Begins.
Yes. I would agree with that. Mostly because, like you said, The Dark Knight is good, but it's good for a couple of performances.
It's good for a couple
That's
things.
why it's good.
It's good for reasons that don't have to do with Batman.
Well, but not only that, the stuff that is good about Bale's Batman is also in Batman Begins.
Yeah.
So if you just want to focus on Batman, go Begins. If you want to focus on his rogues gallery, go Dark Knight.
A lot of
And
movies
just
are like
skip
that.
Dark Knight Rises altogether because it's kind of pointless.
Dude, it's not good.
And I get confused towards the end of it, no matter how many times it gets explained to me what the actual plan is with the bomb and why the Scarecrow is a judge suddenly.
Oh, I just thought that was fun.
I guess
That's
it is
because
just-
Nolan's buddies
I think
with,
he's just buddies with Killian, but still, I couldn't kind of clock what the hierarchy of villains was towards the end. I was like, is it just a free for all? What's happening? When did he have time to paint the side of that fucking thing to make it light up and burn Batman symbols?
It's so stupid.
I'm gonna nod to you at this tea table though
For
in Europe.
For a series of movies that doesn't want to be comic booky, it does tons of comic booky shit all the time.
Well, you have to.
Yes, because it's a comic book movie and it's silly.
And they do a good job overall of striking a balance. I feel like he did something Tim Burton didn't do. Tim Burton was trying to literally adapt a comic book
Right.
and keep some of that tone.
And that's why Keaton's thing was, kind of make it a comedy
And
to
I-
a certain degree.
And I think Nolan really wanted to take the idea of what if Batman, but in the real world.
Yeah.
And he kind of tried to strike that balance. And I think he did a fine job
Return home. All right, cool.
overall.
I think I finished a level. That's awesome.
So I'll do that. I'll finish up my Batman buffet. But
Someone has to.
But I'm also watching 6 Feet Under.
Yeah, you keep recommending that show. I think I'll probably have to watch it. That's an HBO thing, yes?
It's an HBO show,
All right.
5 seasons, so it's not, and it's like 12
I like how you
episodes.
say, it's 5 seasons, it's no big deal.
But it's 5 12-episode seasons.
Here's
you know what I
my-
mean? Like, it's not like I'm asking you to rewatch Cheers.
Here's my issue with shows right now, I either have to play Baldur's Gate 3 or watch a show. I can no longer do both at the same time. Baldur's Gate has it completely.
It's ruined your life.
It sucks in all of my attention. I'll look down at the clock and I go, "Oh, geez, it's 10 o'clock. I got to go to bed," because I'm an old man and I need at least 8 hours of sleep every night, or I'm just a wreck.
I know what you mean. If I don't get a solid like 14 hours, I just a wreck the next day.
14 hours. Okay. Seriously, I didn't doze off on the way home, but like I was sleepy, you know, after working all day.
I'm
And
glad you didn't doze off on the way home.
you know what I meant? Like I was,
It's a half-hour drive, dude.
I was
Pull
getting
it together.
I was getting sleepy. That's why I have to listen to music that I can sing along to, because it keeps me awake. Literally, it keeps me awake. Otherwise, I'll just fall asleep, and that'll be the end of it. That'll be the end of everything. So, Weird Al, you saved my life tonight. You kept me awake, because I know all the words to Everything You Know Is Wrong. And
Hell
there
yeah.
are a lot of words to that song.
Hell yeah. I've been listening. I mean, I finished up. I think I talked about it a couple of episodes ago whenever I was talking about Revival.
Die, you bastards.
But I'm finishing up. I think I've got an hour left of Blood Meridian, which should be pretty fucking depressing because
What's Blood Meridian?
Blood Meridian is amazing, and it's one of the best books that I've ever had the audiobook of, and I'm super glad that I bought it instead of just renting it from the library.
How many books do you have that opinion of, or do you really mean that?
I really mean that. It's so good. It's one that's just been on my to-read list forever. You know how you just, over the course of your life, you hear about books and you go like, oh yeah, I'll get to that.
Sure.
I'll get to that someday. But you're in no rush or whatever. So it was one of those things where after I finished Revival, I was like, you know what? I bought Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy not that long ago.
Oh, the road guy.
Yeah. He also did a couple other books that are supposed to be good. One of them I actually already bought.
The Road, starring Aragorn, son of Arathorn.
Well, there's Jack Kerouac's On the Road, which I don't care for.
Starring Frodo.
But there's
Wait, no.
Cormac McCarthy's The Road, which is good.
Now it's my jelly bean time.
It is your jelly bean time because I'm going to talk about Blood Meridian for a
fuck
minute.
yeah.
So Blood Meridian might have one of the best villains like in all of literature, honestly. And this is not me. This is not me blowing smoke up Cormac McCarthy's ass. Obviously, the man is a legend and was a fucking amazing author.
But Cormac, if you hear this, we'll blow it up your ass.
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Cormac, I'm so sorry. Rest in
If you
peace.
hear this in heaven,
If you hear this,
tell God to change the station.
speak to Undead. I cast it right now.
So
Cormac, come on the show.
gonna need to roll a 12 or higher. So
You failed your DC.
there's a character in Blood Meridian called the Judge Holden. This is actually based on a real guy
It sounds familiar. It sounds like someone I've met.
who is, I hope it's no one you've met,
I've met some weirdos, man.
who reoccurs throughout the book and is kind of the main villain of the book. But the book actually follows a character named the Kid. You never find out what his name is, but that's who you're following throughout the whole book. And it starts off when you're like 14.
Maybe Billy.
You're 14, you're in Tennessee. It's like the I want to say like 1840s or 1850s. I'm pretty sure.
Kind of a Western thing?
Oh, it's very much a Western.
Okay, right on.
He starts out in Tennessee. Some bad shit happens to him. He runs away from home. Never learns to read or write or anything, but joins a gang out in like New Mexico type area.
Priorities,
like the
man.
Southwest.
You got to survive, you know?
Does a bunch of bad shit with this gang.
Hell yeah.
And things just go from bad to worst, like, the farther it goes along. They're always constantly on the verge of death from starvation. They're just barely hanging on. And every time they go into a town and get a little bit of money, they just blow it on booze and prostitutes and start killing again and have to leave town. So, like, they'll come into a town.
You can only kill so many prostitutes before they're like, you got to go, dog.
Well, they sort of live their life like they're playing Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, okay.
Like, they'll do the mission. They'll come into town and go, oh, you guys are having problems with robbers? All right, well, we're a gang, but we'll help you, the townspeople, if you pay us some money. So they'll get paid to go kill some robbers, and they'll kill the robbers. But then they'll come into town, spend all their money, and get drunk, and then basically riot when they get too drunk and run out of money.
The Beastie Boys wrote a song about that.
they fight all day for their right to party. So as they work their way through Mexico, they're working for the quote-unquote for the Mexican government, collecting scalps, stuff like that.
Nice.
It's really bleak, violent, fucked up stuff.
Piano player's out. The music stops.
So, yeah, it's exactly like Paul Revere. Who are also on Futurama.
They were 1,000 years old.
So, I've got an hour left of this book. I know what's going to happen, but I still don't want it to happen.
Oh, no. Oh, that's awful. Tell me what happens. Tell me what happens. I'm never going to read it. Tell me what happens. I need to know.
Because you ride with this gang.
Some of these names I don't know about. Nils? Seriously?
Over the course of a couple of years, I feel like it takes place. Again, you don't even learn the main character's name. He's just referred to as the kid. Well, I'll tell you something. I won't tell you the end of the book because I want people to read this. I don't want to spoil what happens. But if this sounds interesting to you, maybe this will tip you into reading it. I'll tell you a little bit about the introduction of the judge. Okay?
Okay. My body's ready.
So, picture yourself as like a 15-year-old kid. You've run away from home in Tennessee. You've made it to the Southwest territories, most of which are states at this point.
Everything every kid wants to do.
But there's still that area kind of right around the Mexican border, that's still kind of the last Wild West territory, right? So you go into town one night, you've been doing odd jobs and stuff, and you walk and you see a tent revival going on in this little, tiny town. So instead of going to the saloon, you stop in at the tent revival.
You're just describing my childhood.
And
all these things. I'm the kid.
No, you're not.
All right.
So
Devlin?
Yeah, I don't know who named the dragons.
That's awesome.
I have no idea. What if they're just named after the loved ones of the developers?
It could be, yeah.
So you're in this big tent revival, which is really more of just a shitty canvas tent, right? And this preacher's got his Bible and he's sweating. It's hot. People are smoking and it just stinks.
Smoking cigarettes at church.
But
hell yeah.
I mean, it's a tent.
It's a tent. You're gonna fucking smoke.
And it's the 1800s.
Jesus didn't say shit about not lighting up.
So, as this preaching is going on and singing is going on and money is getting passed around.
Oh, always.
As these things are wont to do.
10%, motherfuckers.
So, you keep derailing my train of thought.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to fill the space with funnies. I just got funny.
I'm trying to add a little drama.
And I'm over here like,
story, and you're like, hold on, he's breathing. I should talk.
I'm over here like, yeah, but Kenneth Copeland, right? Fuck that guy.
Fuck Kenneth Copeland. So, the kid is watching all this go down, and he's just observing it because obviously he doesn't really believe in any of this shit. And he sees a 6'5", pale, hairless man.
Fuck yeah. Lurch.
Who's just gigantic, like over 300 pounds. Might be an albino. He's like that pale.
Nice.
But his main kind of defining feature is that he doesn't have any hair, no eyelashes, nothing. Right? So he kind of stands out. And this guy, who we come to find out is Judge Holden. He's not a literal judge, but you kind of come to find out why he's called that throughout the story.
Yeah, the guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
So he stands up in this revival tent, and he says, this preacher is a fraud. He's wanted for everything from murder to lewd acts with goats and and kids like 2 towns over. I just came from there, and
this guy's a sheep fucker,
and they were gonna hang him. So the preacher gets real flustered, right? And he's trying to quote scripture at this guy, saying like, "This is the devil that we're talking about here, guys. See, he's coming here to blaspheme." Meanwhile, everybody's like, "What the fuck is up with this preacher?" Like,
right?
Like, holy shit,
Delvin.
And the tent just erupts.
Yeah.
The crowd turns into a mob.
The crowd goes wild, literally,
in a bad way. And they basically run the preacher out / quote unquote kill him.
Okay.
Right.
Is it implied or they fucking kill his ass?
Well, the kid, once the blood starts to kind of flow in the tent and everybody gets all worked up, he cuts his way out of the tent. He just like cuts a flap open in the side of the fucking tent wall and just dips and ends up at the saloon, right?
yeah.
But Judge Holden and some of the people from the tent end up at the saloon too, so he kind of still hears about what happens. So in the saloon, after all this has happened, the guys are kind of laughing and getting drunk, and one of them says to Holden, nobody knows this guy. He's new in town and stuff. He says, how'd you know all that about the preacher?
I'm new in town.
How'd you know all that about the preacher? Like, is he really, you know, like, he must have been terrible. And Judge Holden just kind of laughs and says, I've never seen that guy before in my life. And
No.
I doubt he's ever been to the places that I said he was in.
He's just an agent of chaos, huh?
And he just laughs and drinks. And that's your introduction to Judge Holden.
Cool. Yeah, that's the bad guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit for sure. Like, he's just a few months away from perfecting Dip.
The hats are kind of similar.
Yeah. Sure
some-
they are. Of course they are.
There's some character art for each we can put up. I'm just making you work to put up now.
That's fine.
You interrupted my story.
No work, bitch. I've been interrupting your story this whole time.
Newsflash, asshole.
I've been hearing it this whole time.
Because I hate you. Ugh,
It sounds
good times.
awesome.
But you should read the book, because as the judge joins the gang and they all start going and doing things together, there's treachery and friendships, and people,
Of course there is.
People die, people leave the group, people come back. It's a really good story, but it's also really bleak, really violent. Obviously, the language is of its time.
Yeah, sure.
So when the Glanton gang that the kid joins,
Anytime someone says the language is of its time, I go, I've
you know
read
what that means.
I've read H.P. Lovecraft. I know what that means. It's
Well,
fucked.
it's weird because like the gang that the kid joins has two guys, both of whom are named Jackson. One of them's black and one of them's white.
Uh-huh.
So it comes up occasionally. Like the gang
Right.
doesn't treat him badly, but they all also
But they talk about it
still
sometimes.
talk about it, and people who run across the gang obviously share thoughts on it.
It's acknowledged, and sometimes it's acknowledged poorly.
And sometimes Black Jackson kills people
Sure.
for fucking with him.
Good.
Because he's in this gang, like in the
Yeah, he's in a gang. He's gonna kill some people.
There's a lot going on with this book.
YouTube's like, we're never giving you money ever.
There's some cool Spanish in the book that's just never translated. It'll be like short phrases and conversations that people have that you
Oh, that's
get
awesome.
from context. Like it's just really.
Oh no,
really-
I prefer that. I would much prefer the translation via context than just straight up translation.
It doesn't get much more complicated than like, "Como te llamas?" You know what I mean? Like,
Sure, yeah.
It's not super terrible to try to get through. I don't want people to think that, but it is just really it's all very evocative of that time and kind of keeps you in that mode of thinking. It's really a spectacular book. It's really, really good.
Ulrich von Liechtenstein.
So read that for your homework for next time. Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy.
Yeah, someone could do that. I shouldn't know.
Or at the very least, here's what I will plug.
I think I'm just immediately. I'm not fucking doing that.
I know you're not gonna do it.
I don't read.
I was elected to lead, not to read.
That's what I should be rewatching is the Simpsons movie.
Do it next. Finish up. Watch Justice League Doom and then watch the Simpsons movie.
I'm only on season 3 of 6 Feet Under though, so I got a little time.
Okay,
It'll be
yeah.
all right.
I'm all caught up on Shōgun. Last episode comes out this Sunday, so that'll be
Well, the
cool.
last one. How many is there this season?
8.
That's what we'll do next week. Is you'll do for Shōgun what I just did for Blood Meridian. I want you to tell me all about it and make me wanna watch it.
I'll give you kind of a sneak peek of the show a little bit.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
The
Give
thing
me-
that I find amusing is that the main, I forget his name. I don't want to fuck his name up, so I'm just not going to say it. He's the main samurai that the show is kind of about.
The main character.
The main character, to a certain degree.
The protagonist.
Yes. Well, the protagonist is Anjin. That's the pilot. That's the translation. Anjin is Japanese for pilot.
Annyeong.
He just keeps giving the white guy shit, and everyone around him is like, "Fuck this guy! What the hell is happening?" And I just think it's weird, and it's crazy that this Japanese guy meets an English guy who he's never seen before and just starts giving him shit for no reason. And I just got a kick out of it because
All right.
his buds around him are just pissed, and he's like, it's almost like he's fucking with him on purpose. And I still can't figure out if he is or not.
There's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, it's
All
a
right.
little weird.
I'm down with that.
So yeah, we'll kind of leave it at that. There's obviously more to that show. I highly recommend it. It's very cool.
So yeah,
And I bet someone that is a huge fan of feudal Japan or knows a lot about it will say, actually, the show is fucking stupid and you shouldn't watch it because it's deeply offensive. And I go, maybe.
yes, please. If there's any fans of feudal Japan, please tell me why I should watch the show or shouldn't watch the show. Please, I want to know these things.
I like it. A little insight goes a long way.
And then I want to give people a chance to watch some 6 Feet Under too. We'll talk about that next time.
Hell yeah.
It'll be great. It'll be great. And Wendigoon on YouTube, shout out to him. He has a great Cormac McCarthy Blood Meridian 6-hour video that people can watch.
Very good.
It's much shorter than watching or reading the book or listening to the book, audiobook, however you want to do it. But yeah, go watch his videos on it.
Look at how cute my little guy is.
He is adorable.
Oh, what a cutie.
What do you think, Soul Reaver next week?
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
PlayStation 1, baby!
Oh, it's back!
We are so back.